I think the realization of what we're getting into now is that this is a cottage industry that is made up of, I'll call it, it's like cottage processes, way we go to market, the rest of it, which is fine and it suits that. But as the industry moves more mainstream and things start to go beyond access control, and it's more like what it unlocks and the value that it creates beyond that, a lot of it comes down to fundamentally that the value proposition that we have as an industry has never been great enough that I have to do anything different. The other part of it is that the metric of success of what we have is, did anybody get killed or shot today, right? Like, and as long as nobody did, then binarily in our mind we've done a good job. And that's been what, back from 1973 when it started to today, where as the industry now goes more mainstream, and really this is where we talk about convergence around IT and in our industry. I actually think the convergence is enterprise software, and now the digital transformation that is happening to our industry, where our products are being applied into other use cases like operational efficiencies or revenue generation at this point, with security at the bottom. Now that value is increased to where I need to utilize a mobile phone because I need a digital interface to not only get me into the building, which is table stakes, but then also be able to reserve a space, rent a room, communicate, order a latte. That now the value proposition is greater. That's why as an industry, we need to stop the conversation just around the iteration that it's going from keys to card to mobile, when it's actually, who cares? It's about the application of it, and it's about what it creates beyond that. The companies that start to talk about the value that it creates beyond that will start to see it. Because if we don't, there's an entire group of people around us that I've got 360 of them on a piece of paper around the topology map that we did, that are telling that story, that are going to, it's a value arbitrage. Because what I'm seeing happen is, give you a good example, commercial real estate. Typically, our systems went in for the shell of the building, and that was the value that we created. It was like mainly the entrance, not the inside, but mainly the perimeter. And we protected that. Great. What's happening now is that a lot's happening inside the building, and value is trying to be created. Now, fundamentally, the thing that people use the most is not ordering lattes, it's getting into the building. So the use case of the space that we command is being utilized, because that's how you get adoption. And then what's happening though is that people are creating value on top of the things that we do. They're taking those shell systems, turning them to one card, one user. So they're commoditizing them, keeping them there, but commoditizing them, and then putting software on top of it to generate more value, because our industry keeps saying, you can't have conveniences with security. We can't. And then, because forever we listened to that, because they're like, who wants to take that risk on? Well, now, because of the introduction of the phone and this beliefs that we're being challenged as an industry, people are starting to say, you're a Luddite if you tell me that I can't have that. So I'm going to go find people that will help me do that.